Really?
I'm gonna go check on your brother, and I'll come tuck you in. You just finish your drink and go lay down on the couch, son. You had a long night. Oh God, I got tears in my eyes. Oh God, I'm laughing. Margaret kissed her son's forehead. She gently covered Jeff with a quilt as he watched her intently. Go to sleep!
Isn't that pedophile?
What?
An old lady kisses a 20-year-old.
That's his mom. Wait, what
She's
did
dead.
Wait, what did you say? She smiled once more at him one last time before vanishing, just as quickly as had appeared, leaving Jeff with that last loving image and so many questions. Like, what the fuck did it? Was it some kind of ghost, a dream?
Well,
Was it the feeling playing tricks with his mind? Jeff didn't move. And his dad is like, go to sleep. His father, Peter, came in, brandishing a large metal pipe, his guts still still tangling out from where his son had disemboweled him.
kill the little boy.
And he's like, smack upside the head with a metal bat. I mean, pipe. And Jeff screams like a little girl.
Fun.
No, it says here, Jeff scream and heavy breathing. Grr. And then he screamed. Jeff woke up screaming and gasping. He was alright, but he was...
like a regular Friday night.
But he was still in his house, and everything was still in place. He rolled off the couch, wiped the sweat from his face. Like he rolled off and face planted.
Bad sex night.
It was obvious that Jeff was going insane. He already is insane. So it's like,
No, he's not.
yeah, he is actually.
He's fine.
Anyways, and as he was about to head out at the crack of dawn, the phone rang. Who the fuck could that be?
You ever say that?
What?
You ever say who the fuck that?
The car IDs displayed the name, Lou. Jeff picks it up, is like, hello, Lou? And then like, dial tone. Another ring from the phone, and Jeff picks it up again. It says, hello?
Hello?
And guess who it is? It's
Your
Jane.
mom.
I'm coming for you, Jeff. He's like, who the fuck? Dun dun dun, scene 3, and he's at a bar.
Ooh, bye-bye.
Jeff sat in the darkest corner of a dimly lit biker bar. Hood over his head, he scans the small crowd that has gathered over the night.
What's he on a bike about?
I don't know.
Should be a gay bar.
Oh, God! The bartender makes note of the night being slower than usual to one of the patrons at the bar, meaning him. He throws a glance towards Jeff. Jeff, lost in his thoughts, continues to survey the crowd. The larger man goes over to where Jeff is sitting. What can I get you, son? Pitcher of bass, a bottle of Jim Beam, please. Derp.
On the house. Oh, no.
On the rocks or just for the shot glass. And he doesn't even say. So he takes a drink. He's like, fuckers, all of them. Not a single one of them spit. Well, not a single one of them spit their drinking or something like that. It's so simple, it would be so quick. Jeff
fingers.
ran across the edge of the knife in his pocket. In his hoodie.
In his pocket. That's horrible.
A thin cut.
Like, damn. You can't leave.
A thin cut formed on his finger, the blood reminding him of his lust for the sweet sight.
Sure.
The bartender's like, who?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'll see if he's in. He's like, phone call for Jeff, I'm looking for a Jeff. That's so weird.
Jeff, go Jeff.
Almost 18 minutes in.
Oh, God.
Here, don't take forever, we need this phone. Hello,
That's
who
a
is
long paragraph.
it? Hello? Alright. No response.
Shit.
However, Jeff did find out who was calling him. At the far end of the building, a beautiful woman who was wearing blind man's glasses and dressed in all black looked over at Jeff. Grinning maliciously, taunting him.
Matrix.
her Matrix phone blowing in her hand.
Oh, yes.
She waved at him with a teasing smirk on her face. She left the $2 bills on the counter and walked off with her phone. By the end of the evening, Jeff was in no shape to go back to his hellish home. So he stumbled out of the tavern and checked into a ratty motel for the night. Once inside, a beautiful woman in a red dress, leaving very little to imagine, approached Jeff.
Hi there, sweetie. Looking for something? I think I got
I thought you were reading.
What?
that you weren't reading with me.
Okay.
Really?
I only read about like one column.
Really?
No.
Maybe I could if you had 50 bucks on you. Oh my god. It's so warm here tonight. Jeff withdrew his hands from his hoodie, from which he had been using to keep them warm from the chilled night air. He placed his finger in his mouth, his teeth pulling the cut he had made earlier wider open. The blood on his tongue reminded him that the previous dark-eyed woman.
God sakes.
The previous dark-eyed woman had distracted him from choosing a target at the bar, reminding him that the blood of this woman might just do for revenge. What?
Down for
Sound a little down for?
Yeah.
Jeff tossed the hooker a Benjamin and they both went to his room.
Heavy wing.
Oh man. Anyways, Jeff and the hooker.
I'm a hooker.
Jeff and the hooker went up to his room and they played Silent Hill.
That's a hooker.
Okay. Let me take a breath for a second. Okay. 3 a.m.
There you go.
The noise from the late night drivers zooming past in their cars masked the final sounds of empty passion from Jeff's hotel room.
Oh.
Okay. The woman moved herself to the edge of the bed to stand and get dressed. Jeff sat up as well, watching her from behind her back. His hoodie lay open on the covers beside him. Oh God. Jeff eyed the knife and the pale skin of the woman as she retrieved her clothing from the floor. His mind went from fantasy to fantasy. Okay. The knife could easily slit her throat, and he could watch her fearfully choke to death on her own blood. Or perhaps he could simply slide the knife between the ribs in her back and watch as her breathing slowed to death from her own internal bleeding. He's like, go to sleep. Jade's like, what? The woman turned the match on to the killer. They looked intently at one another, neither blinking the lock on each other's eyes. He's like, go, son, and speak. Something was wrong. God, Jeff was distracted.
Yes, lover, go to sleep.
The
gentleman. It's a woman.
No, I was the Jeff.
Oh.
The woman pulling on the last of her clothing laid a kiss on Jeff's scarred mouth. Jeff's world began to swim and the things began to fade.
Thanks.
He's like, black.
Black.
Music choice promise for all Silent Hill music. Go to sleep, huh? Jeff sat up with a start. He grabbed at his jacket till he realized that it was no longer on the covers next to him. It was also no longer on the covers. I'm sweating too much, it's too warm. Jeff glanced in all directions. He was again fully clothed, but in the kitchen of his old home. What?
Oh,
From as far as Jeff could gather, he must have been brought here again. Or Mario brought him there. or the feeling was really getting to him. Was all of the other day just a dream? Mean hooker.
Tickles. Was
he really in his house the whole time? Jeff searched for the voice that had spoken to him, at least was expecting to see his mother again, or his decomposing father. But the voice came from a younger man, bottle in hand and covered in rags. The young man glanced up at Jeff. It was Lou. I can't believe it. I don't know. I need to take a drink. Okay. Believe it, bro. Ha-ha. I'm a man. Man, my side still hurts like a motherfucker after you stabbed me. Durr. But there's one thing you forgot. If you were going to stab someone, let alone your own flesh and blood, do it in a vital area, not a non-vital, dumbass. What the heck? Jeff was almost at a loss for words. How long were we recording?
Tongue punch your papa.
This was impossible.
Impossible!
Of everyone that Jeff had killed over the years, he could remember Lou. Lou looked at him in the eyes when he died. Jeff remembered sliding the knife between Lou's ribs. He remembered the blood on the walls from his head as he ran out of the house. Lou did a scream. How's it scream? Oh God.
Oh God.
Or cried. Lou just watched Jeff as he died,
Yay.
as if he was expecting something to happen. This is a long story.
Nah.
Jeff remembered feeling lifting completely for the last time at that point. He remembered the feeling of regret. Lou, I'm sorry I tried to kill you, but how did you freaking survive? How did I stop myself from bleeding, you ask? Yes. He got up still stuttering. Stuttering? God.
Staggering.
From the tequila he was drinking, lifting up his shirt, and showing his brother the place on his side. Well, while Mom and Dad were asleep, I went to our kitchen, turned on one of the gas burners, and cauterized it.
Ow.
Ugh. A little something you learned from watching a few episodes of ER, House, and some of those other medical shows you come across. But it hurt like hell, but I'm alright. I didn't mean Lou. What?
Okay.
Jeff, it's alright. I knew you were just fucking with me. Really?
Really? Someone stabbed you and you just think they're fucking with you?
Remember when you kicked those guys' asses for me, bro? I think in this story, Lou's the youngest. That's when to kill, not to kill your own brother. But it was an accident. He didn't mean to stab me. He was insane. Don't worry about it. So I was like, sorry, forgive me? And then Lou pulls a Junpei and says, dude! Of course I do. Stop worrying, for God's sake. There's nothing in the world that would stop loving my brother. Love you, brother. Brother? What?
Buddy.
I love you too, Lou.
Aww.
Hey, well, I've got things to do. I'll see you soon. Yeah, of course, soon. God, my nose is stuffy. But that lost in what he could have said or what he could have done. Jeff stood. He met eyes with his brother again. Thoughts filled his head thousands at a time. Had his mind not broken so many years ago at Billy's party, he might have been able to make sense of them. He might have been able to ask the questions that were still burning inside him. Like what? I don't know. He might have been able to feel something more than the memories of what his emotions should be. But he couldn't. Jeff simply nodded. Jeff simply burped and nodded. Turned his back and then began to walk out of the house and on to the next location. Lou saw Jeff depart into the night until his white hoodie faded from view. But you sure as hell aren't going to look what's in store for you, you son of a bitch. And scene 5, Wednesday. I gotta eat that.
Victoria?
Yeah, another girl.
Good, me.
As Don was
I'll be the woman.
I'll be Jane then.
No. Some other women.
As Don was approaching, Jeff made his way to a sleepy little house in a richer part of town.
You're the man. And that's a long paragraph.
Yeah, the neighbors were still sleeping. Those who were getting ready to work at this time of the morning barely noticed Jeff, nor did they pay any attention to him. They thought he was just a regular visitor or random neighbor. Jeff hopped the fence of the house he had been laying eyes on and made his way into the basement from outside. In this neighborhood, you could expect a very low crime rate. Of course, richest part of town, that's why.
Oh.
And everyone who lived here were honest and trusted everyone. What?
My pocket is sweating.
Oh, God. But from Jeff's point of view, this was the perfect chance to satisfy the feeling. 322 Wilshire Boulevard. The owners of the house, a young couple, what are you doing? A young couple were looking for a babysitter opposite Roby.
Nice.
Looking for a babysitter at the last moment to watch their 4-month-old baby. Luckily enough, they did find someone at short notice. The babysitter was a sweet 14-year-old girl, Victoria. Cheerful, friendly, and kind.
Good.
The baby boy was sleeping like a rock after a bath, fresh diaper change, and changed into his baby clothes. The infant's head hit the pillow immediately thereafter. God, it's making me think of horrible thoughts. What are you trying to